Hey guys, how's it going? We're back after 2 weeks and back here with another live stream. Possibly the most disorganized, unplanned, who knows what's going to happen tonight live stream that we will be doing on AgriLive. So, shout out to Little Farm Big Cameras, as well as John Deere, Jameson, Yulin is in here as well. Thank you guys all for being here, and hello to you too. Remind me where you all are from. White Man Photography, good to see you as well. I kind of have a feeling that a few of our other regulars will show up at some point in time as well. Sorry about being a little bit late, had a couple technical difficulties. The first thing I want to know tonight to help me out is the audio completely off sync? Is the lip sync really bad? We're trying a different mic. I noticed there could have been some issues, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully I sound just a little bit better than last time. Not that we had any major audio issues in the past, but, you know, I'm a video guy. I got to play around with stuff. So, John Deere Jared, Will, good to see you here as well. Greetings from Nebraska. Nice, Will. Have never been to Nebraska before, so I assume it's not too far off from Kansas. Actually, I haven't been to Kansas either, but I kind of know what goes on in that part of the U.S., but have not with my own eyes seen it. So, Ted, good to see you as well from the mitten of Michigan or Wisconsin. One of the two. I forget what state that term goes with. Anyway, looks like 14 of you are here. Good to see. So, I just totally hit my mic with my hand. Sorry about that. Today, we're going to be covering a little bit of ag news. We're going to talk a little bit about, I just got done attending the Maggie trade show in Great Falls with Brendan, who you will soon meet in an upcoming video. It should be a really good video once it's all put together. We got a lot of good footage. Really excited for that thing. So, the one thing that I am going to announce right away is that the next stream is going to be another session of me looking at some of your farm content. We all look at it together, and I give my honest and constructive feedback, as well as, basically what I really like about the video. And if you're looking to improve or start a YouTube channel or whatever, then we'll be talking about that on that stream as well. That is the next stream in 2 weeks. So let me grab a calendar real quick, and I will tell you when that is. Meanwhile, in the video description, there is a link that you can click to submit your video that you want to have featured on that stream. The next stream being February 5th, unless I change it for some reason. So mark your calendars for that. I really want to see some more of you guys' videos. I have one submission, and we're going to need at least 5 to make a stream out of that. So if you have never made a video before, or do not have a YouTube channel that's something about your farm or whatever, then I highly encourage you to take the tools that we have today, such as a smartphone right here. It has a camera app, so if you open that up and turn it sideways, and then turn on video mode, go ahead and record a 1 to 2 to up to 5 minute video about your farming operation and why you think it might be unique compared to others, if there's something unique about it. We just want to see the farming operation, if nothing else, and that would be great to, even if you don't edit the video and you just want to record something on your phone, upload it to YouTube and submit it to the next live stream. That would be great, because we would all love to see that. We would also love to see some more of the YouTube videos. And I believe White Man Photography is the only one who has submitted for the next round. So I'll go ahead and post this link in the chat for you guys. How does that sound? And yes, I think it actually works this time. We had a big fiasco where I had an option switched off somewhere buried deep in a menu, and it wouldn't let you guys access the form. It should work now. I also may or may not have accidentally leaked the administrator link to the Google form that powers the submission system. And luckily I got that taken care of as well. That was flat out just me being an idiot. So, guys, have you ever wanted to build your own computer for all of this video editing stuff? Well, today I am proud to announce that I have partnered up with Redneck Sam, and we are going to deliver you the best tutorial on how to build your own computer for video editing that you will ever see on the internet. So, is that something you guys want to check out here during the stream at some point? Let me know. Redneck Sam is an absolute expert in computer builds. Like, it was just awesome just watching him. Really inspired me for things that I want to do for my next build as well. So, fortunately, we have the edited video right here in the studio and ready to watch. So, why don't we check that out? Meanwhile, you guys can submit your farm videos while we're watching it. How's that sound? Oh, and then later on in the live stream, we're going to watch another live stream that's not live anymore about Brendan and I at the trade show, just to cover what we've been up to lately. And we're going to check out a bunch of random ag news that I found that has happened throughout the last month. And then I'm probably just going to respond to a bunch of your guys' comments that you will hopefully be leaving throughout the stream, questions, whatever. Kind of like that first stream we had back in November, AgriLive number 1. We might kind of jump back to that little theme towards the end of the episode and close there. Should be about an hour long as usual. So once again, thank you guys very much for being here. Do you guys want to see this Redneck Sam computer video? I think it's all just going to absolutely inspire you to build your own system with a bit of a twist to it. Let's go ahead and head over to this monitor and watch it, shall we? Let's also unmute the desktop audio. All right. This is Redneck Sam builds a sleeper PC. With the best intro ever, of course.
Today we will be building a computer. I will lay out all the parts here.
So what are all these parts, Sam?
Well, here you have your pan. That runs on electricity. Here you have your ASUS, which also runs on electricity.
Thanks for translating
you have your electricity maker.
Hello to you too.
Which you plug into the electricity.
Looks like we're getting our parts out here to build our fancy pants computer.
A CD drive that runs your computer.
It's even complete with a CD drive right here.
A 2.5-inch CD drive. Micron Consumer Product Group.
Now, this is a really high quality tutorial.
This ASUS is called the motherboard.
Yes, we wanted to get the best, highest tech monitor ever. I tell you guys, this is one of the most insane computer builds I have ever witnessed.
This is about my 50th computer build or so, I would
Put
say.
together in the immaculate
So,
PC building studio that we filmed this in.
Don't worry, you'll catch on eventually. But this is wrapped in some plastic.
It is wrapped in plastic.
New out
That means it's high class.
In here you have your plugins for your other parts. One of them is this Gigabyte fan.
In fact, we have a
Of course it's made in
Gigabyte
China.
fan, the highest quality of fans.
I guess I should give an introduction
Gigabyte obviously
to my
manufactures that.
compact Presario CRT monitor.
All right, someone mentioned that monitor.
You know,
we're going to learn about it right here.
I could have paid $300 for a new 4K 30-some-odd inch display, or I could have paid $250 for a display that's been working for 20 years and will probably last longer than the 4K supposedly, so went with the $250 choice.
So here's a question. What part attaches to the CPU?
What part attaches to the CPU? Well, the
It's just
CPU
awesome seeing
is a
Sam's
computer
expert advice
programmed unit,
getting this put together.
and that is
Like, I didn't know what a computer programmed unit was before watching this episode.
Haze time. You just want a little drop right there in the middle, about the size of a piece of corn. If I can, I would say about that size.
Oh, so the motherboard looks similar to you.
It's a little messy. If there's one thing I have, it's knife control. All right, we got our RAM out. Almost.
You know, this is probably my most cinematic, finest piece of work as well. The cinematography here. It's just excellent. Good lighting.
Don't get me wrong. I wanted to stray away from this at the start too, because I'm a Chevy guy myself. But I guess it's different. Let's see. All right, in my opinion, EVGA makes pretty good power supplies. You can
EVGA is a really good company.
It's in English,
EVGA.
which is the first manual I've read in English today. Oh, no, there it goes. All right, you can see here that I have an old case I'm going to be fixing up. Got a Dremel tool here.
I do definitely
didn't really
feel
have
like
the
this
attachment
is
to take off that sandpaper.
such a
so
farmer fix it.
I just screwed on
Sleeper
the disc on
PC
top. We'll see
build.
how that works.
It was
Got some
great.
metal.
Hilarious. And very professional. Man, just look at that. Real people who build computers take out the Dremel tool.
As you can see here, the case is a little dirty, so
just
we're just going to blow it out.
Nope, it's not called EVGA. It's called EVGA.
So Sam, what's all this business in the background here?
So you got your University of Montana, no, Montana State
Oh,
University.
this part's horrible.
Very liberal campus. So one thing about Bozeman is you always got people running around in vehicles that aren't vehicles,
I forgot.
such as bicycles.
This part's absolutely ridiculous.
As you might have just seen.
By the way, if you're just tuning in,
Which
we're
is
learning
okay
from a professional
until
on
we
how to
cross
build a
the road
computer
from
here
there.
real quick.
If you walk
then
over
we'll
here, I
get
can
to
show
a
you
couple
something
other
that can
things.
help with that.
Ted, I'll make sure to get your questions answered here eventually too. Nick Welker, it is good to see you here.
That I put on my
You came to one of my most disorganized,
It does-
unplanned
This is our power supply.
streams that I've ever done.
That's Sean.
So there's that.
That's the bathroom.
We don't talk to him. He's from Seattle. Ooh, my fingers might be too fat for this.
What are you going to use this new computer for?
Well, I plan on.
Anyway, Nick, I
Well,
hope you really get some good
I guess.
inspiration
Yeah,
for
or
how to do your
gigabyte,
next
1
computer build.
gigabyte.
Sam's just an absolute expert at this
We're gonna
stuff.
put in here.
Redneck Sam,
And
that is.
Kay's got some holes for it conveniently, so we won't cut, but we could if we wanted to. As you can see, I'm pretty much a professional. Damn, that's not lining up. So what we have here is a mic, and how a mic works, it has a piezoelectric crystal built inside, and when sound waves hit it, it works better when he's not using it. It's a good sign.
I think she's going to go. You might want to do some fan tuning, though.
Put that one.
I think it's that back one.
We got a light on. We don't have.
Just look at the way
I
Sam's
wired your
troubleshooting
lights
here.
wrong.
Just absolute excellence. I just love how this video just ends with a very defined conclusion as well. It was just so excellently put together. Anyway, I thought I'd just something a little different for the stream tonight, guys. I thought I'd show you some of the PC building excellence that we see here. So yeah, I really hope that you guys were definitely inspired for there. If any of you are into computers, hopefully that video had some good information for you. So I did have something else that we were going to watch that was pre-recorded, and that is some live coverage of the Maggie that I was going to rebroadcast tonight. I'm going to save most of the good footage for when Brendan and I finally get the video put up, but there's a little, it's going to be an 8-minute, looks like, live stream archive that I just did on the spot. It was totally unplanned, so I wasn't able to inform anybody to come watch. There were a few people that trickled in, but we did a quick live stream on the floor at the Maggie. Now, fun fact, I almost got completely kicked out of this event because apparently they do not like big TV camera people coming in, and the way that I had, even though I shoot on a small camera, the way I had it rigged, it looked pretty serious. And so I was approached by a gate person 4 hours after we'd been shooting in there. And just a little lesson for you guys. If you ever run into an issue like that where, well, I don't know if very many of you actually shoot in public places, shoot video that is, but Brendan and I were, and we were told that we could not do that in the venue because media rights went to the radio station that puts on the whole event. They put on the whole farm show. So here's what I did. I just went up to the guy in charge, the guy from the radio station. He was up running the video screens up there. First thing that he says when Brendan and I walk up there is, "Oh, hey, would you guys be able to help me out with some live video for the screens next year?" And from there, we basically just came up with a game plan where we could release the YouTube video for you guys And sounds like we're going to be there next year. So it's funny how things work out like that. Just awesome. All right, I'm going to check a few comments here, and then we will watch this little clip from the Maggie. So I'm really bad at reading these comments. I try and read all of them because I don't get thousands of people like Nick does. So it is kind of nice to be able to read everyone's comments here. But Ted, you're asking what's a ballpark figure for a kind of video production that was similar to what Doug does with the LaRoche harvest videos. The farm's in Michigan, and you're looking for an estimate. Awesome, Ted. I would like you to send me some, if you have any more details on this, to my email address. That's riley@agristudios.com. I'm going to put it in the chat real quick for you. Maybe if I can type right. And I will follow up with you on that after the stream. And I can definitely get you some quotes as well. And it is, I mean, it's definitely not cheap. It's probably going to be at least a couple thousand just off the ballpark. But if I can get some more details, we'll see if we can make something like that work. And in an upcoming video, I'm going to explain how stuff like this can also easily go to the Agri Studios YouTube channel as part of the features program, whatever I'm going to be calling in the future, where I am going to hopefully in the future be featuring a lot of the people that raise our food. Like that's definitely the general direction I want to take things here. We'll see how that works out for sure. So there's Nick saying hi to me, everybody else saying hi to Nick. And you're asking me if I have a GoPro, Little Farm Big Cameras. Technically, yes, but it is horribly out of date. It is a GoPro Hero 3. And it pretty much never gets used anymore. The Hero 7 is the current model of GoPro that's out right now, and I would love to pick one of those up. I don't know if I will here in the next very near future or not, because I bought myself another toy instead, and it is these wireless mic packs. They're the Rode Links. Super handy for when you have another camera guy, which is like not very much of the time for me, but these things work really well for the Maggie trade show. I could wander around so far in front of the camera, and you guys will still be able to hear me mumbling whatever I was saying at that point in time. So for videos like that trade show coverage, these things work pretty well. And for my freelance video production, main reason I bought them, they will work very well for miking up people for interviews, so I don't have to rely solely on shotgun audio from the Rode microphone that I usually use on these live streams as well. So anyway, it costs almost the same as a GoPro, which is ridiculous. These wireless mics are definitely not on the budget side of things, and these are the budget model of good wireless mic systems. Sennheiser will easily charge you a couple hundred extra. So thanks for tuning in, Little Farm Big Cameras. Good to see you. All right, I probably totally missed a bunch of stuff here. For the video submission, can I send in a video from my robotics team? It shows our robot from a couple years ago. Yeah, feel free to send it in. We can definitely check it out. Robotics is actually a huge component to agriculture in general, as we are messing around so much more with artificial intelligence and automation. So if it is anything robotics, I'll check out. So yeah. Well, do you guys want to see this archive of a broadcast from the Maggie? Let's go ahead and watch it.
I'm going to have to hold it out like this the whole time, but oh well, it's stable.
So now you can see
guys,
two of my faces on one screen.
We are at the Maggie. None of you are watching right now because there was absolutely no indication of us going live, but we'll see if...
So yes, this is a archived live broadcast from the Maggie Farm Show in Great Falls. Nick was there the day before I was. We totally copied him by taking the same picture and uploading it to Instagram.
Joined forces with Agri Studios today.
This is Brendan, by the way.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. GoPro guy? We are just live streaming at a farm show today. We won't be on for very long, but if you are watching this, this is the only time you see this content because there probably won't be an archive of this. Anyway, this is Brendan. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Brendan Boss. I'm from Bozeman, Montana, where he's going to school.
Yeah, so you just cross paths down there. He has a huge interest in ag video as well. Anyway, I thought we'd switch the camera around here.
Oh, really, Dylan? Your school has these
farm
microphones?
show. So here's the venue. I will get you a much better view. You got all that stuff there, all the way down through there, and there's another section in the back.
This really isn't a
So
big
what are we doing
trade
for a
show,
video for this?
but
right
it
now?
is big for Montana.
We're just kind of going around videoing, making a vlog type of video. Pretty unprofessional, honestly. It's just messing around with some video clips.
Oh yeah, you guys. I think you guys will like it though. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at a Challenger tractor that I see over here. So we'll just head on over this way. Thank you guys for joining us. This is a spontaneous live stream of a farm show that's happening in Great Falls. Just thought that you guys would like to see. Drop a comment. Let me know where you are watching from. That would be awesome. And we'll just keep wandering down here because I spotted something that you guys might want to see here.
Oh, Nick, you happen to
If there's
still be in
anything
here?
that
Yes, I
goes
use
by me
Adobe
that you
Premiere.
do want to see, let me know.
I think he left.
You're
though.
from Nebraska? Awesome. We are in Great Falls, Montana right now.
We
On
definitely
Farm
look
Show,
like
that's
idiots
Brendan.
wandering
He's
around
helping
with
me
these
film today.
cameras and
So
doing
there will
live
be a video
streams, and
of all this stuff here
But,
afterwards.
hey.
So
why not?
yeah. I guess we go ahead
Why
right
would I
here.
simply go to a trade show and not bring a camera?
Here,
We
we'll
had
show
to at
them the
least
sign.
try.
That's just a
And
Challenger
this is-
tractor that we happen to have stumbled upon here at the show. And here's the real thing.
All right, fellow tractor experts,
like
why
the-
is this tractor so awesome?
I actually can't remember if this is similar to what M and Millennial tested or not. Nice brand new tracks though. What do you think?
Kind of wish I could do it myself, but it's pretty cool.
For sure.
Power.
Stop by and see one of our favorite
For sure.
Daryl at Daryl's Tires.
Nice tractor. I think that's actually about all you have to say about it. Oh, let's pick two more things to look at, and we'll probably cut this stream short. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a tease of what's going on here, so we will
These are really good looking
venture
tractors.
on over to something else interesting. Oh yeah, we got to go check out the sprayer that Torgerson's has here. Torgerson's is the big
So
Case
those
IH
tractors are
dealership in
manufactured
Montana.
in Minnesota? That's nice. I did not
They
know
do
that.
a lot of business.
Jackson, Minnesota.
Oh, hey, Samson. Your comment just went away because I'm only using the YouTube app today.
So if you guys are
I
tuning
think you're
in,
asking about
we're
my
watching a
DJI
stream
Osmo.
archive
I
right
just
now.
Use it
Just
with
in
my
case you
phone.
missed it.
Nice and easy. Yeah, I love the stabilization. All right, guys. Case IH Patriot sprayer. We're going to ask Brendan what he thinks about this sprayer.
It's big.
So Ryan, you believe that Challenger was the first tractor, rubber track ag tractor?
Yeah, it was.
Got some big
Interesting.
tires in it. You can see for miles. Cool.
Yeah. So, did you say you were a fan of
Also,
that
if you
one
think
video
Brendan
that,
should
you remember
co-host
Samson
these streams,
from that one live stream? He had the video of.
let
he's
me
Salty
know in the
Media
live
House guy.
chat, because we could
He's in
very easily make that happen,
So,
I'm
what do you
sure.
have to say to Samson?
I think it's about time to have a co-host.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're very good. I really
I'm
enjoy
running out
Yeah,
of ideas.
Brendan's a guy, he grew up in Bozeman, actually went to film school down in Texas, and has the same kind of weird double passion of ag and filmmaking that I do. So it was appropriate for him to tag along on this
Oh, yeah, the
journey.
Case IH
He does
sprayer?
some awesome work with a camera too. So I
This
look
is
forward
the
to seeing
famous
what he
one
has-
for
what he's going to do to edit this
ag people taking
vlog
selfies
that
on
we're
top of it.
creating here. So it's a big auger behind us.
Then
Up here
the
we
nose
have
of it
the-
definitely does look small.
Bench Industries, all that stuff there. Awesome stuff for grain processing, that's what that's for. And then of course you have all your power tools and everything from Ace Hardware behind me here. And I don't even think I got that in the frame. We'll look at a rock picker and then I'll probably call this stream good for today. I just wanted to give you guys a quick check-in of what we are up to today, so. And also look like a fool carrying a camera around that's live streaming. That's us.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of weird looks while doing
We had
this.
a big rig that wasn't very low profile earlier.
Yeah, we actually got stopped. They did not like the idea of us filming in here, but
Actually,
we talked with the manager of the event. That would be interesting. We talked with the manager of the event, KMON, who puts it on, is the radio station, but basically puts together this event, and we got a green light as far as releasing.
Yeah, we're
YouTube
live
video.
streaming
So
a
good
live
news there.
stream.
Here's a giant rock picker.
Because
I'm gonna
that's
flip the
what we
camera.
do these days. We just recycle
Maybe.
old content.
Yeah, maybe. There we go. Giant rock picker. Nice piece of equipment.
And look
then
at
they
rock
have a-
pickers at trade shows.
Some sort of a tiller
and John Deere
up
tractors.
here. I'm not sure what type it is. Do you know?
Okay, does somebody know anything about this? Oh, hopefully the camera pans back to it. This tiller behind this tractor.
Just bought a Degelman tiller certificate, only twice that
Like,
big.
why this particular tiller?
Supposedly they're good.
And
What's nice
Degelman,
about 'em, look,
do they make a bunch of tillers? Is tillers their thing? Because I always think of Degelman as rock
you
pickers
can
and
actually hook things
snow
up,
plows.
kind of what you're doing, instead of having to unplug and plug.
Yeah, yeah.
They're color coded. So
Anyway, if you guys are looking for all the big machinery, other than the sprayer and whatever else was in here, all that stuff's outside, and you might just have to wait until we release a video about this trade show. It's going to be a fun one, and you'll see all of the rest of the
Oh,
stuff
so
here.
somebody did.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in here real quick.
Watch this
Shout
live
out to
stream, actually
Dylan.
live.
There was somebody else in here as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
but they
there you
went
go,
away.
Dylan. You were here
Streaming on
last
my
time.
phone, so it's not near as fluid as my already not very fluid regular live streams. So somebody liked the live stream as well. Thank you very much. Anyway, if you guys don't have any last minute things that you really want me to check out, I'm going to call it here. This was just a quick 10-minute check-in video. So any last words, Brendan?
No. You guys are close. You should come check out the Maggie show.
Yeah, if you live in Montana, this is a great one to check out. They will be going tomorrow. That's the wrong button. They will be going tomorrow as well. Exactly. And now when I'm
good
about to close
info.
the stream,
Thanks,
the
Whiteman.
counter is going up naturally. So, but yeah, it's awesome being here. I think we might do this in Billings at a trade show there as well if we have time. We'll see what happens with that. That'll be based on feedback from the video that we release
down
here.
corn
But
stalk.
we've been hard at work filming.
Interesting, because we don't grow a whole lot of
All
corn,
right, thanks,
especially
guys.
in Great Falls.
By the way, AgriLive will be back next Tuesday.
Yes,
I'm
AgriLive
not
is
quite
back
sure what we're
right
doing
now.
yet, but there will be a longer live stream here. Just
Look at all
in a
these
few
people
days.
staring
And
at
we
us,
can talk about more
talking
of this stuff
to a
here as
phone.
well. So, all right, thank you very much, guys. Take care. I will see you next time
See you later.
if I figure out how to shut it up.
Well, thank you very much, Riley. Thank you for providing this wonderful live coverage of the Maggie event. Much appreciated. So, this is the part of the show where I guess on this computer monitor over here, pulled up a bunch of random articles, and like 90% of them are from Ag Daily. So maybe Ag Daily should sponsor us? Hint, hint. Anyway, because when we did this little survey here, I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, if I scroll right here. No, right here, actually. And you can see right here, 2 people wanted current ag news live streams as possibly a future direction for the streams, blah, 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 blah. You know, the least amount of people wanted this. So naturally, I decided that's the first thing we're going to do, is do the thing that people want to do the least, because logic. So that's what we're going to do. Actually, the real reason we're doing this today is because there is no co-host today. There has never been a co-host, but I think that's basically what's going to have to happen with these streams in the future, is have special guests on them each week. Anyway, we don't have one today, so, and there wasn't a whole lot to talk about today other than farm shows, so we're just going to read a bunch of articles all together. And here's the thing, here's the twist. I have only read the headlines for these articles. I've not read the articles myself, so I kind of know the gist of a few of the topics that we're going to be discussing for the rest of tonight, but not a whole lot. So, Dylan, you say it's 10. Is that like the temperature? Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about temperature. So, you're asking how cold it is here in Bozeman? It is 25 degrees right now. So, very warm for January, I feel like. Like, definitely better than 25 degrees below zero. But we do have a winter storm warning that just got put on us a couple hours ago. Late tonight, it's going to start snowing, and we're going to get like 3 inches of snow tomorrow, according to the weather people. we will see if the weather people are correct on that or not. And we already have like 3 inches of snow on the ground, so... stop bragging about Texas. We know it's always warm there. Gets really hot there in the summer. Texas would be awesome right now, though. 60 degrees, that sounds great. No snow, no shoveling sidewalks and trudging through a bunch of unshoveled snow because the snow people on college campus cannot keep up. Anyway. Dylan says, can you show the Pointer Farms video for those who haven't seen it? I'll consider that for next stream when we're doing the reviewing farm videos, session thingy, whatever. But I definitely... The big roadblock there is YouTube does not like unlicensed music on... Drawing a big blank here. On live streams. And it usually flags me down for that. So I'll have to figure that one out. But we'll see if we can make it work. John Deere, you're from the Tyler, Texas area? Actually, remember Brendan back on the video we watched a little bit ago there? He went to film school down in Tyler, Texas, actually, and graduated from there just a few months ago, back last summer. So he would be familiar with the Tyler area. I don't think he's with us tonight, but yeah, that's awesome. Small world. Anyway, we'll see if we can watch that. What's his name? Pointer Farms. He's definitely, I love his work. Does a good job of showcasing Indiana. He's a fellow college student at Purdue as well. So, all right. So, we're actually going to mix this up. Oh, what did I just click? I didn't mean to do that. I just clicked a Chevy ad. See, Ag Daily likes to promote Chevy from the looks of things. Like, Chevy ad. Chevy ad. And I don't know if there's more or not, but... We're going to learn about autonomous orchard sprayer vehicles. I know nothing about orchards, so this ought to be interesting. With today's technology, autonomy in agriculture is no longer a far-off idea. California-based Kringla Farm Services Incorporated has chosen Cummins to power the world's first autonomous orchard sprayer. Oh, this thing is going to be awesome. Cummins behind it. I don't know if that actually means the same as like a 24-valve Cummins engine that you are going to find in your Dodge pickup, but nevertheless, Cummins makes awesome engines. Good to see them powering a robotic vehicle. Interesting. Let's keep reading. Anyway, they said Cummins is powering it. I totally lost my spot, so I'm just mumbling right now. They're working alongside Cummins to develop a suitable long-term power solution for orchard sprayers. It was featured at World Ag Expo in 2018 and announced that it is going to be the Cummins QSB 6.7 liter engine, I believe is what that means, and would be powering the first and only autonomous orchard sprayer in the world. Can I do a video on this? I think that'd be awesome. Who wants to see a video about an orchard sprayer thingy that's powered by a Cummins engine? Anyway, Gary Thompson, the marketing director for Kringla Farm Services, said the GUSS's whole design philosophy is based around innovation, efficiency, and performance. Building a machine that can spray row after row, day after day, for what we needed, a power solution we could rely on, and Cummins has been very supportive in providing an exemplary engine package coupled with the machine integration expertise. For us, 2019 is going to be a very exciting year. Hopefully it'll be a very exciting year for us as well. Here on the Agri Studios and AgriLive and Agri whatever else we come up with this year. I really need to stop turning my head away from the article. I keep losing my spot. It's going to be a very exciting year in 2019. Our new manufacturing facility in this city Kingsburg, California, will be completed, enabling sales of GUSS globally. So far, Kringla Farm Services has built 7... Oh, did you just pronounce it Gus? Gus autonomous sprayers, which operate as part of their custom spray application service for mid to large-scale tree farms. The California-based business is currently constructing a 20,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Kingsburg and expects to begin selling Gus sprayers in 2019. And the the global general manager of agriculture at Cummins, added, "As an incredibly innovative sector, agriculture provides a fantastic platform for autonomy, particularly when higher operational efficiencies and increased productivity are primary objectives. Integrating ultra-clean diesel engines with autonomous service vehicles is a great example of how the agriculture industry continues to move forward. We are excited to power such a groundbreaking innovation." Because I like reading in halfway British accents that really are not great British accents. Visitors at the World Ag Expo in California will be able to see Gus on the show and meet the team. That's awesome. So apparently I gotta go do a video about robotic orchard sprayer thingies now. Oh, Nick's back. Yep, you missed the Maggie part, but don't worry, Nick. You watch the terrible Maggie footage. We're saving the good stuff for an actual video that's not a live stream of me rambling on about things. So, alright, you guys are talking about the weather more. Let's see how much warmer it is places that I'm not. Your high tomorrow in Texas is 45 and will be freezing. You'll be freezing in that horridly cold 45-degree weather. Man, I feel you. 45 degrees, that's just so cold. Meanwhile, we're getting 3 feet of snow tomorrow. But it's actually not supposed to get that cold, so that's nice. Once again, at least it is 25 degrees above zero and not below zero. And if you're in Canada, I have no idea what that equates to. I don't know if anybody is in Canada. Yes, Dylan, what we were talking about there was basically a Roomba for trees. And it's 32 degrees and raining in January? What? I mean, I guess I can do that in Michigan. That's just bizarre for me as a Montanan, but I mean, it could happen. It's Montana. The weather does weird things here. It snows in July, so obviously that's not normal, but it has done so before. Dylan, you say you're pretty close to orchards? Interesting. I'd love to learn more about that sector of ag. We're just all about wheat and barley and other grain crops and definitely a lot of cows here in Montana, so. Okay. People shouting all caps saying hello to Nick. Yeah, Nick's the real reason why you guys come here. You just come to my live streams just in case Nick shows up one time so that you could talk to Nick. It's a brilliant plan. Yeah, I'm glad to be doing these streams for sure. And somebody is from Canada, and it is negative 32 degrees Celsius in Canada. All right, we got to see how that is in Fahrenheit because I'm terrible with Canadian metric system-y things. Wait, negative 25 degrees in Fahrenheit? That is cold. What part of Canada are you from? That is like a lot colder than we are right now. Yeah, you must be like way North Canada if you're that cold. There must be quite the cold snap up there. All right, should we read another article? Should we talk about President Trump now? I think we should talk about President Trump now so that YouTube can ban us, because no, YouTube wouldn't ban us for that. No, this is just an article about Trump speaking at the Farmers and Ranchers, the Farm Bureau convention in New Orleans. And it is the second year in a row that he has spoken to this ag group, if I'm correct. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool that a president of the United States has come 2 years in a row to an ag thing. Obviously, ag is in a very interesting situation this year with everything that's been happening about trade in the last year. But Trump is definitely making an effort to reach out to us farmers and ranchers, and I think that's really cool. So definitely stuff that you're not going to see a whole lot of on CNN, unfortunately. I mean, that kind of saddens me, the way that those mainstream outlets have gone, but at least we have things like Ag Daily where we can get our ag news, right? This week, this would be last week for us in today's context, but at the American Farm Bureau Federation, they celebrated their 100th anniversary during its convention in New Orleans, where President Trump spoke to the membership Monday afternoon. The majority of Trump's speech revolved around the government's shutdown, as it would, because that's what's going on right now, and debate surrounding the border wall, which is also totally a current event today. So he's urging farmers that the wall's necessary. I personally agree. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. Some of you might not, but that's kind of the side we're on for a few different reasons. Anyway, that's what he talked about at this convention. Trump later went into highlighting the accomplishments of the agricultural agenda for the past year and gave a sneak peek into the future of where Riley lost his spot. Man, being dyslexic and reading news articles on a live stream is not a good idea. Why am I doing it? Oh, where was I, guys? I had an email thing go off and it completely distracted me, so sorry about that. But he is highlighting accomplishments on an ag agenda, discussing the government shutdown. USDA has been doing everything in its power to help farmers deal with the ongoing shutdown, Trump said. He spoke highly about farmers for their resilience during the trade wars, saying, "On every front, we are fighting for our great farmers and our ranchers and our growers. We are opening up new markets to export. We have eliminated a record number of job-killing regulations." Now, that right there isn't bad news. That is, my opinion at least, Trump. Oh, where am I going with this? Okay, so we're definitely seeing some light at the end of the tunnel here as far as trade wars, in my opinion at least. And a lot of people at this Farm Bureau convention said the same thing. Go check out Lane Nordland. He's a fellow Montana ag broadcaster. He was there at the convention to watch Trump speak live. He filmed the whole thing and has a news segment up somewhere on the internet. So Lane Nordland, if you just type his name into YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it. Or if you just type in American Farm Bureau Trump or something like that, I'm sure you'll get to that place too. If you want to see some video of this highlights, the video equivalent to this highlights article, I don't know why we're watching it on a live stream. That's just poor planning. Man, we got to talk to management about that. This Riley guy planning these live streams, I tell you. Anyway, Trump also spoke about the Farm Bill, which has passed just before Christmas. Trump gave credit to the Agricultural Secretary, Sonny Perdue. Seems like a really cool guy, for working hard on farmers' behalf. Trump said, "Farm Bill delivers for our farmers on a wide range of key priorities. You will have the support that you will need for the future." In addition to the farm bills, Trump spoke about the recently overturned Waters of the U.S. rule. There's a quote here about that, and that is the gist of what Trump has been up to lately in the agriculture world. So, all right, what do you guys talk about now? More weather? Oh, maybe not. You're from central Saskatchewan, and it's that cold up there? So central Saskatchewan is, are you like, how far away are you from Saskatoon? That'll give me a good reference point. All right, Dylan says, it's got pros and cons, but America will be a safer place. I agree. Definitely. Man, I love how I can talk politics on the internet and not get completely slandered by a bunch of people. Interesting how that... Nope. A bunch of people just disliked this video after watching it later. It's totally what happened. All right, should we talk about Lely? That looks like the next article up here. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's not talk about Lely. Let's talk about more politics first. So this is coming from the northernag.net. I'm sure all of you have already heard about this because this press release was released a couple days ago at least. By a couple days ago, oh, they posted this today. I mean, I've heard about this USDA FSA office reopening a couple days ago, but Northern Ag just got it out today. Anyway, Farm Service Agency is reopening several of their offices in the midst of this government shutdown that we're in right now. So that's good because people needed this stuff open. Let's read the article. Farm Service Agency service centers will be open beginning January 24th to provide the majority of FSA services needed by farmers and ranchers during critical times of this year for agricultural operations. Additionally, the limited FSA loan services initially made available at certain FSA county offices beginning January 17th will continue January 22nd and the 23rd. USDA has recalled more than 9,700 employees of the FSA to keep offices open from 8 to 4:30 weekdays beginning January 24th. So 2 days from now, we'll have some of those offices back open. For the first 2 full weeks under this operating plan, so that is through February 1st and February 4th through the 8th of February, FSA offices will be open Monday through Friday and subsequent weeks. Offices will be open 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Ag producers who have business with the agency should contact their FSA service center to make an appointment. The deadline to apply and complete applications for the Market Facilitation Program has been extended to February 14th. Other program deadlines may be modified and will be announced shortly. Who is absolutely bored of this type of stuff right now? I'm curious. Like, is this the type of stuff that you guys are interested in hearing, or should we go back to tractors? Let me know in the live chat. Anyway, I think it's definitely some noteworthy news that these offices will be opening in the midst of the government shutdown. I'm sure you guys have already seen it all over the place. I thought I'd rebroadcast it as well. Just some interesting times that we're going through here. The government has been shut down, partially shut down for, it was in the 20s. Like, over 20 days. Basically because of our border situation that we have going on right now. It's very interesting stuff. I feel like things are very, very divided right now in the political world. But in the midst of all that, at least somebody's looking out for the ag people and the farmers that need these services from the FSA. So, good to hear that they will be opening offices and they are finding people to help out with that. All right, now we can talk about Lely. So, Lely plans to expand its North America operation is the title of this article. Once again, I have not read any of these. I'm reading them right now with you guys, so they are news to me as well. I'm learning right with you guys. So Lely North America is setting its sights on a larger property in the Pella, Iowa area. Now, that sounds very familiar because I definitely know this Iowa farm that uses Lely systems. So, Iowa, apparently it's going to be the robot milking capital of the world now. Except Lely's not a North American native. I think they're in Netherlands. Is Lely Netherlands? Somebody answer that for me. That'd be awesome. Anyway, they're expanding more and more so to North America. They are setting up an operation in Iowa to construct a new North American headquarters and production facility. With this expansion, Lely North America will significantly increase its production capacity at the latest A5 for the latest A5 astronaut milking systems. The company is one that has long been known for its development of premium robotics and data systems that increase animal welfare, flexibility, and production on the dairy farms. Honestly, these robot systems are really awesome. Like, I don't think it makes sense for absolutely everybody. I believe there was an example of a farm right outside of Bozeman. Keep in mind, Montana's not prime dairy country. But they used the Lely system for a while and then they switched back. I should probably find out why. That'd be another interesting story, for sure. Anyway, several other dairy automation products currently in Lely's portfolio will be transitioned into this new facility as well. Planning for the project has already begun, and Lely is investigating possible property solutions and project support needs, and is finalizing building requirements. Here's a giant quote from some Lely person. "We are excited about our future in the dairy industry and believe that this expansion is the next step that allows us to continue providing the total solutions North American dairy producers need to create a sustainable future," according to, says Chad Huijer, Vice President of Lely North America. With this expansion, Lely North America remains the only dairy automation company manufacturing robotic equipment in North America. Nearly 8 years ago, we made our first commitment to the North American dairy producers, and today we further that commitment to better meet the needs of our customers, Lely centers, and employees throughout the U.S. and Canada. Look, they remembered Canada. They acknowledged Canada. Everyone forgets about Canada for some reason, including myself, and Canada's just like 200 miles north of me. Oh, Dylan says we better be careful. Lely's going to take over the world. I don't think that's going to happen, but automation is definitely going to displace more and more labor-intensive jobs. Definitely has its pros and cons. A lot of people out there are very upset. If you go look at the Case IH New Holland autonomous vehicle video on YouTube, it's got like tons and tons of views, so it should be pretty easy to find. Go scroll down into the comments section on that thing. There are a lot of people that are very upset about the new technology. I personally support it for certain applications, and I definitely think it's going to create jobs as well. We're just definitely seeing a bit of a shift with the times, but now is the time for engineers, computer geeks, like not me. I mean, I do a lot with computers, but I'm not going to be coding milking robots anytime soon here. We need some other brilliant minds to take on some of those careers. So it's going to be interesting for sure what we see in the future as far as automation. And Lely is definitely at the forefront of the milking aspect of that, and automation inside cattle barns in general. Whiteman says there was supposed to be a GEA robotic milking parlor in our area, but they back out because it could not handle the amount of cows that they wanted to have. That's actually what happened with this farm in Iowa that I knew used them, is they threw them in, they bought 4 Lely astronauts and built a huge barn for them and everything and put a bunch of cows in there. I can't actually remember how many, but quite a few cows. And they had to cut back some of the cow population in order to get higher quantity of milk production. And it worked. So they got rid of animals and increased productivity. Interesting how that works. But yeah, the Lelys do not work well for dairy operations that, especially if they're like over 1,000. So that's a pretty big dairy farm right there. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, did anybody notice that it's over here. I'm really bad at pointing. Oh, this finger's this finger. Everything's backwards. The lower third is totally not updated for today's episode. So because of that, and because it's going to take forever to fix for some reason, because software is being difficult, I'm just going to get rid of that. And that. Much better. All right, Dylan. It's a shift that others don't understand how to handle. I agree. I think there's a lot of... I think it's definitely hurting a lot of the... not necessarily directly hurting, but a lot of the people who currently are machine operators or help out on a farm, and that's their primary career at that point of life, definitely are not liking the idea of them losing their jobs, obviously, their current jobs. But it is the way things are going. But at the same time, you got to keep in mind that we have all this awesome technology, but we're not going to be seeing everybody switch to all this stuff all at once. Us, like my farm back in Winifred with the Missouri breaks, in our uneven, not flat fields, limited cell service, all of that, it's going to be a long time before we adopt autonomous tractor technology. And when we do, it won't all happen all at once. There are definitely going to be jobs that are always going to require a human being behind the task at hand. So, interesting stuff. But I definitely do see more and more of us as agricultural producers getting better and better with computers and all of this automation technology. We're going to have to get really good at troubleshooting when that technology hangs up and doesn't work right. We need it to be back in operating condition as soon as possible. That's kind of the direction I see things going. Jameson's asking if I can play Farming Simulator. I think that may or may not happen sometime in the future here on a live stream. I'm not a very good Farming Simulator player, though. You should leave that up to the people who are making tons and tons of ad revenue off of gaming videos on YouTube playing Farming Simulator. What's that one guy's name? Mr. Daggerwin or whatever? Yeah, but don't worry. Maybe I'll pick up the game at some point. I have not even bought Farming Simulator 2019. Confession time. I have not bought Farming Simulator 2019 because I just have not had time to play it in the last couple of weeks especially. So that doesn't mean that I won't pick it up eventually. So John Deere Jared says, I love the new technology. There's so much potential in the ag industry. Oh, I agree. I'm so excited by what's going to be happening in the future. I'm excited to be the guy that will hopefully be doing a lot of the videos on the stuff too. So the future is very bright. And I just got done a couple weeks ago doing an interview with the president of the Montana Farm Bureau. And he concluded his interview saying that he's excited for the future of agriculture. Keep in mind, this is I think he's in his upper 60s, maybe early 70s. That's how old this guy is. And he's very excited for the future of agriculture as well. But he wants to make sure that some of our core values and principles that we have today stick with us for tomorrow. And I really think they will. So I'm excited for what the future has to hold. Dylan says, 1 tractor this year, another upgraded 3 years later. Very true. You certainly don't have a lot of competition. Oh, you're talking about my doing some ag video coverage? I certainly don't have a lot of competition. And here's the thing about YouTube and ag promotion is competition is excellent. We need everybody we can get to keep telling these stories about the farmers, about the technology, about everything. So we have some big channels out there that do farm video. Nick was in here a little while ago. He's definitely up there now. And there is Millennial Farmer, and you guys know who all of them are, and they have those huge subscriber counters. And they definitely benefit from one another's channels. Like, they're not trying to outcompete one another. They are working with each other, and that's what we need more of on YouTube as well. So, yeah. It's exciting. And there's definitely a YouTube revolution in agriculture as well. Anyway, enough with the rambling. Let's read another fantastic news story. Ooh, FFA. Does any of you guys know what FFA is? Because it's an excellent organization. If you're in high school and your high school has an FFA chapter and you are not part of that FFA chapter, I just really encourage that you get plugged in with that FFA chapter. It's an excellent organization. Not only are they psyched about agriculture, but they are also psyched about leadership. And we're going to need a lot of that here in the future. And we need a lot of it today too, for reasons that we have just discussed and more. John Deere Jared says, your dad did FFA. Yeah, FFA's been around since the 1920s. So I'm sure your grandparents were in FFA as well, or very well could have been at least. All right, so why are a bunch of these state officers traveling to Africa? Let's find out. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Anyone who has traveled knows that the best part of your heart will forever stay in the place where the memories were made. State FFA officers from around the country traveled to South Africa this month to develop a global perspective of agriculture, people, and culture, according to, looks like a press release that was released from the National FFA. Here's a quote. The International Leadership Seminar for State Officers, or ILSSO, from January 4th to 16th, wow, that's a long time, challenges participants to identify goals for growth and then develop a plan to achieve those aims. Participants will visit South African farms and agribusinesses, share in a local culture, and develop themselves as culturally aware students. Support for this experience is provided by John Deere and Bung. Is that how you pronounce it? Bung? Interesting. Here are some of the adventures the members have been on. So there's, oh, it's a bunch of social media posts. Let's maximize this and make it a little bigger. So that's quite the crew there. So basically all these state FFA officers, I believe there was a past state FFA officer here from Montana that went as well. And they all went to South Africa to see just how different agriculture is over there compared to here. That's an experience I've never had for sure, and I really hope that I do get to have in the future. Going to South Africa to make a video about an ag operation there and how different they are from here, or even the third world countries that aren't near as advanced as we are right now. Very humbling experience seeing how ag works for them, the type of food that they grow, how they grow it. Definitely something that I want to do in the future. Anyway, we have some Got the Oregon flag here on somebody's Instagram post. Oregon FFA tweeted about the officers heading down. There's a big Nelson Mandela poster with some members. Anyway, I'm sure you can scroll through this for quite a long time, but I'm going to leave it at that. So, yeah, so FFA. Dylan, you say you don't know if your school has FFA. How big's your school? So, oh, Annie, good, or Ann, however you pronounce it. Good to see you back in the stream. That's a fellow Patreon. So, thank you very much for signing up on Patreon, by the way. I sent you an email a little while ago on some of the merch-related details on that. Matthew is advocating for FFA here. Matthew is a current FFA member here in Montana. Pretty big school, yeah. Depending on maybe how urban it is, and some urban schools, like very urban schools, still have FFA programs, but chances are very good you could have an FFA program in your school, and yeah, you need to join it, man. Like, you're going to make so many awesome contacts in the future that are just going to benefit you for your life in FFA. And I will say this, it is a you get out what you put in organization, as in if you really put a lot of effort into things there and you really work at getting those connections made, you're really going to benefit a lot from it. And there are also people who are in FFA that sign up for trips just to skip school and basically party or whatever. That's the crowd that I definitely do not recommend that you fall into, because you're just not going to get a whole lot out of the organization if you end up falling into that category, especially with the negative attitudes a lot of those folks can have. So, but FFA, I highly advocate for it. I am actually helping put together a sales and service contest here in Bozeman that will be happening at the state convention. And we can totally use, I'm supposed to gather like 80 judges for that thing. So if any of you want to come judge for me, that'd be awesome. If any of you happen to be in Montana. And if you're not from Montana, then buy an airplane ticket and do it anyway, because what the heck. That actually leads me to a thought. Here's a question for you guys. If Nick Welker did a farm meetup at his farm or somewhere in Montana, a big fan meetup on location, would you buy an airplane ticket to attend that event? Realistically, I don't think a whole lot of people would, but I just know there's those diehard Welker fans that would easily spend upwards of $500 on a trip to go see Nick. Oh, and I'll be there as well, so that makes the event absolutely worth it if this happens. So factor that into your decision making. Victor, how is it going? Good to see you from Wisconsin. What part of Wisconsin? I have friends in the Richland Center area, so I've been in that state a few times before. Some of you say that you might show up at Nick's if there is a tour. Oh, I'm sure there'd be a tour if he hosted an event. There's so many complicated things to do and something like that, though. I don't know if it would actually happen or not, but doesn't Ryan from How Farms Work, didn't he do an ag event on his farm once? Interesting. Yeah, who knows? Obviously, that's totally up to Nick if he would do something like that or not. I was just curious to see if there was a demand for it, because I think it would be really fun to do like a YouTube Montana ag meetup, have Nick there. I'll probably be running around with a camera or something, doing something silly, and then touring other ag operations as well in the state. I think that'd be an awesome event to put on. And things like YouTube are getting us the audience. Like, we definitely have a somewhat of a market for it now that we didn't a year ago. So, interesting ideas. So Ryan does one every year. Okay, good to know. All right, should we do one more article and then close out for today? Because it has been an hour, and I usually try and keep these somewhat consistent time-wise. I think so. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. Good to see an awesome audience tonight. So let me know if this is the type of stuff we want to keep doing in the future or not. I think special guests are definitely going to be happening. So, Oh, and you're asking which email I sent the message to. I believe I sent it to the email that you used to set up your Patreon account. And if you can't find it after looking there, I will resend it, or I'll send it through the Patreon interface. I think you can send messages through there as well. Anyway, we'll figure it out. If you still can't find the email at the end of the stream, let me know, and I will resend it, maybe via another means of contact. Maybe it flat out just didn't go through or something. I think I sent it from my Agri Studios email, if that helps. So it wasn't done through the Patreon platform. I did it independently. Jameson asks, do I have Discord? I do have Discord, but I never use it. I look at it like once a week to check the Welker thing, and I think I'm on like Linus Tech Tips too, and I've used it a couple times for when I do get to game. But other than that, I don't have like a big Discord community or anything like that, and I probably won't, at least for quite some time. But if you're not on Nick's Discord, go sign up on Nick's Discord. That one's pretty cool. All right. A new survey shows improved broadband for rural America. So even in the face of persistent challenges, the nation's independent broadband providers continue to lead the charge in driving deployment of higher internet speeds, greater adoption of broadband services in rural communities, according to a survey done by the Rural Broadband Association. So rural broadband was a pretty big topic that was in the ag sector recently. In the last 6 months, there was a bunch of people lobbying in DC to get rural America some better internet, because there are a lot of places that have no cable internet of any means, which means no speeds above 25 megs a second, which 25 is basically, like for me, that's pretty much a minimum at these days. So good to see that there are efforts being made into some better rural broadband for sure. Anyway, continuing the read here, the NTCA 2018 Broadband Internet Survey Report thingy found that the NTCA A members continue to make substantial steps to replace aging copper networks with fiber connectivity where possible. And luckily, we've actually had a phone company in Montana do this already for a significant chunk of the state. It's awesome. So let's see the rest of America follow, and let's see support for that. Anyway, 70% of the survey's respondents said that having access I totally skipped half of the sentence here. Sorry, guys. In turn, broadband speeds made available by NTCA members have increased, with more than 70% of survey respondents' customers saying that they have access to 25 megs or higher speeds. That's good to know. And maybe it's because the people who don't have that internet speed cannot get onto the forum to submit a reply. I'm kidding. You could submit to a forum of pretty terrible internet. Anyway, the survey results similarly demonstrate gains in rural adoption of better broadband services, with nearly 40% of respondents' customers purchasing broadband at 25 megs or higher speeds, up from less than 24% in a similar 2016 survey. Almost 16% of respondents' customers now subscribe to services with speeds 100 megs or higher. Wow, that's actually not bad. 24% of the respondents to this particular survey getting, 100 megs, that's still pretty fast by America Today standards. We're supposed to get about 400 here at the studio. By studio, I mean a rundown house just off of Montana State University in Bozeman, but still, we can get that internet speed here for a pretty decent price. It only works like half the time, but, it's awesome that we have great internet these days. Let's bring more of it out into rural America. So, interesting article for sure. All right, in the chat, Jameson, you're asking for the link to Nick's Discord. Oh, man, I wish I had a moderator to get that up, because he'd be able to do it a lot faster than I can, because I don't have Discord open right now. I don't know if it's something you can search or not. There's definitely links on his site as well, because I might be too dumb to know how to paste a link to a server into a live chat on YouTube. Yep, definitely too dumb. All right, if any of you guys want to help out with that, that'd be much appreciated. Wedeman Photography says, yeah, what's sad, internet providers tell the FCC they have broadband available in rural areas, but really they don't. And that's the other thing with all this stuff is Triangle, for example, where was I going with this thought? Triangle, for example, put in this nice fiber network, and it's awesome and everything, but at first, at least, it's a lot better now, but at first, their switching mechanisms and all the other infrastructure to run that fiber network was not quite up to snuff for the speeds that those fiber lines could be handling. So I think there's definitely a lot of telling the FCC that these companies are putting copper of some sort into the ground at least. So at DSL internet, for example, which DSL is a lot better than satellite at least. Or maybe they are including satellite as quote-unquote broadband as well in their reports to the FCC. But it's not true today's standard good internet. And that's what they need, is at least 25 megs or higher to do all the stuff that you do today, such as uploading 4K YouTube videos. Very important for everybody, obviously. Actually, yeah, more and more people need to do stuff like upload videos to the internet. So, yeah, hopefully we see some improvements on behalf of rural broadband in general. Oh, yeah, thanks for helping Jameson out, Dylan. Much appreciated. And you sent a message on Patreon. Awesome. I will follow up with you there. Thanks for doing that. And thank you for tuning in. So, good to see you. Thank you very much for donating. By the way, if you guys are out of context on all of this, we do have a Patreon for the Patreon account for the channel now. And that is flat out awesome because that's really going to help me focus some more time on YouTube rather than just let it sit and only be a thing that I upload once a year or two. So thank you very much. And I really hope that we see some more people be able to donate as well. So if you have not heard of Patreon before, just go to patreon.com/agristudios and you'll learn a lot right there on the site on how you can support future live streams like this one and future videos as well. So thanks, guys. John Deere Jared says, I got my robotics team into the form, or you got the video into the form. Okay. And you know it's not directly ag related, but it's super cool. Well, like I said before, there's a lot of robotics in the ag sector, so we'll learn about robots. I mean, if I'm going to show a video about a redneck building a computer in a very old case, I think we can watch something about robotics for sure. So yeah, we'll check that out. Last call on those videos, by the way. I'm gonna paste that link in there one more time because I am really wanting to get some videos in for the next stream where we will be reviewing some of those. If you have a video to submit for next time's stream, follow the link I posted in the live chat, and I would love to see them. And if I forget to do the pointer vid, I guess you can just submit that one, Dylan. But I shouldn't. I will try and remember to play that for you guys as well. Heck, maybe I'll even reach out to Noah and see if he can join us for the next stream. So. Oh, yeah. Nick is still here. You were here the whole time, Nick? Wow, that's hardcore. I guess I will tell you that I'm pretty proud of myself. Maybe not proud of myself because I totally procrastinated a ton of actual work to get done. But Nick, I watched your live stream, the last one that you did, from the very beginning all the way to the very end. It was a really good stream. That's why I didn't click off. Like, I was totally telling myself, yeah, I better leave. I gotta, why am I losing my train of thought so much tonight here? Oh, it's like, I gotta get this thing done. I have this video to edit. I have this homework assignment to submit. And I better get that stuff done. And then Nick's like, oh, well, we're going to check out this piece of equipment and this big bud that we're restoring here. And then leg arms showed up and oh, shoot, I'm not going to be able to leave this stream. So I was in there for the whole thing. Next time, maybe I'll leave a super chat, let you know I'm in there. But Nick, you're doing a really good job with your on the farm live streams. Something that I can't do on my farm as of right now and in the location I'm in right now. So it's pretty awesome that you're doing that. A lot of people I know definitely enjoy them. So, and no worries about your mic. It was definitely distorted, if I remember right in that stream, but I have technical difficulties all the time. Like, these things definitely are not perfect either, but they're awesome to have. So, I'm just testing them out for this stream versus my Rode NTG2 shotgun, just to see if these sound a little bit better. when doing live streams because I'm not getting as much of the room tone with these guys. Anyway, I'll watch the stream archive and make that decision for sure. Complicated technical stuff that most of the people don't care about, but all interesting stuff for sure. So, yeah, keep up the live streams, Nick, and thanks for tuning in. We are about to close off, unless usually when I say we're about to leave is when people like come on and bomb me with a bunch of comments. So that'll probably happen once I bring this end screen up. But hey, I really appreciate you guys being here for this stream. I hope you found the ag news segments somewhat entertaining, because I'm an oddball when I read the news apparently. And really hope that we can do it again in the future. Meanwhile, I really want to see some of your guys' videos that you do, whether you have a YouTube channel or you don't. If you don't have a YouTube channel, just take your phone, flip it horizontal, and record me a 1 to 2 minute video of what you do on your farm, and we will check it out in the next stream. The next stream will be 2 weeks from now. It is in February the 5th. Meanwhile, I will actually post some actual videos here coming up. That Maggie one is going to be excellent. We got some really good footage. Shout out to Brendan Boss for helping me out with that project. He is starting the edit for that right now as well, because I am bogged down with a bunch of other stuff too. There's also some client projects. Those may or may not hit the YouTube channel. And feeding cows, that's another one that I got in the works. Man, so much going on right now. It's interesting because this is a slow time of farming, yet it seems like it's everything happening at once for me. Anyway, more videos to come, more live streams to come. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to the live stream. Nick, good to have you here as well. And take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Now I gotta click the button that makes the camera shut off for dramatic effect. Can any of you guys still hear me? Because you can for 2 more seconds.